City is making this Halloween the biggest ever. We have all the latest costumes for kids and adults. Shop early and save big. Take 50% off select costumes now through Sunday. Visit PartyCity.com for free shipping on thousands of costumes at incredibly low prices. Party City. Nobody has more Halloween for less.
Hey guys, Logan here with one of my little podcasting episodes. If you're noticing something different, that's because I have music in the background. Yes, I figured out how to get some nice spooky tunes to play in the background of this video, and I'm very excited about that. Today, I'm going to be doing kind of a two-part video, so this is part one of discussing the Party City Halloween lineup. Now, today I am exclusively discussing the life-size animatronics, and then the next video I will be discussing the tabletops. Now, I actually took lists of all of the props and animatronics I want to talk about, and so if you hear me flipping through pages, it's because I'm going through my list. I also did that so I could remember all the official names, because I am re-recording this. Because I had a specific order I wanted to do, and I messed that up in the first recording. And there's another animatronic that got revealed, so I want to talk about that. And since I recorded that, all of the official names have been revealed, and I want to kind of talk about the names and talk about the animatronics, because with the names it revealed a little more about the animatronics itself. So the first one we're going to discuss is the Lava Demon by Seasonal Visions. This was the first animatronic that I was made aware of. My friend Andrew, Mr. Halloween Haunter, sent him to me, and we both just totally geeked out over this one. This was a really awesome prop. Some of the things I really like about it, I like that red robe he's got. I think it looks really neat. I like that red and black kind of staining. It looks very filthy, kind of like it's got soot all over it. I also noticed he has a tail, which is really cool. I think that is officially the first Seasonal Visions animatronic to feature a tail, which I know to some people might seem like such a minor thing, but for me, that's a really cool thing for them to do. On top of that, he resembles, I don't know if Eden remembers this, I think it was 2020. Yes, it was 2020, I think. Home Depot Canada had a demon animatronic by Pan Asian. And the two kind of resemble each other. They have some of the stylistic similarities to one another. And it's really interesting to see that. However, Seasonal Visions went the full mile with it and added like this smoldering, burnt texture to the skin, which is really interesting, and I really like to see that from them. It looks like it might have some smoldering, like flickering lighting, similar to the smoldering zombie. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this, is the smoldering zombie, but made into a demon. I'm so sorry, kind of bumped into my microphone there. But that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. And I liked the design of smoldering zombies, so of course I really like the design of this as well. Another neat addition is the fact that it is a fogging animatronic, though with a little bit of a twist. The fog appears to shoot out of the horns. We have never seen that before, and I just think that is really neat, and I'm really excited to see this in person. Next up on our list is the Torture Box Woman, made by Techie Toys. This is one of my favorites of this season, if not my favorite animatronic in general of this season. This gives me like 2013 vibes. It's just very creepy. It has that very raw horror factor to it that I really appreciate. The face is just horrifying. It looks like she's all, well, that looks like if you I'll have a close-up of her face in the video so you can see what I'm seeing. But her face is all carved up, like her mouth is. And it's just really just terrifying. She has this piercing stare. She's really creepy, and I really like that. I do like how she's got some blood on her straitjacket, like she killed somebody. It adds a little bit of a storyline to her. And just kind of going off of the overall stance of her, she seems to resemble the electrified maniac. And I don't know if that might be what her movement is. The description, well, there's really no description, but like the name didn't really give me anything besides it's called the Torture Box Woman. But I am curious as to what she does and what she sounds like, but she looks fantastic. Next up is the Zombie Clown Fogger by Seasonal Visions. So this is kind of kicking it old school with those old kind of primitive foggers that they used to do, like the ground foggers. They did a zombie one for years. I can't remember when it first came out, like 2012, maybe before that. I really don't know. I have it. I've had it for years. It's a cool, simple prop. My biggest gripe is you have to stuff the arms, and I don't know if this clown is the same way. It kind of looks like it. They did add a light up eye like addition. I don't know why I said like that. They added light up eyes, which is nice. So he's a little more noticeable than the actual zombie. He has the classic, hugs, twitching clown, hands, and the forearms. And I say hugs / twitching clown because those are the two most notorious animatronics that have used them. I'm pretty sure more than just those two have used that sculpt. But when I look at that sculpt, those are the two I think of. And it has a blood splatter like Hugs does. When I first saw this item, now I didn't see the face first, I saw like the clothing first. I thought immediately this was Stumpy. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Stumpy was a unreleased clown grave grabber that was going to be carried up Morris Costumes. And it has that exact costume. I was excited for a second, then I saw it, then I was like, then I was like, okay. I thought the face was pretty creepy and cool. It wasn't very zombified, but I still thought he looked really neat. Is it what I'm going to go after? Probably, if I can find, like, the proper space for him. Just as a filler. Maybe I'll have him coming out of a grave by Zombie Clown, because I do have Zombie Clown as well. One of my all-time favorites. I also like the appeal of zombie clowns in general. So this does really please me, and I'm just happy to see another zombie clown. Though, I do wish they went the extra mile with that. Next up is the Crouching Zombie Child by Techie Toys. This is another one that just gives me some old school techie vibes. The stance of this animatronic and just kind of the build of it reminds me of Limb Eating Zombie Boy, a very infamous techie animatronic. The actual prop itself is pretty bloody, which is surprising, seeing that in the modern market. Oh, yawn break. Sorry about that. But he is surprisingly really bloody. He's got blood splatter all over his shirt, and he's got blood coming out of his mouth like he bit somebody, and he's got blood on his trick-or-treat sack. So I am pretty excited to see how bloody he is. The face is pretty interesting. I mean, it's creepy. It's kind of a generic-looking ghoul face, but I can easily look past that, just with how neat the actual animatronic is. One thing I would have done is I would have given him more of a trick-or-treater's esque costume. What I mean by that is, I would have dressed him up like a trick-or-treater would have dressed up, I wouldn't have just left him kind of plain Jane. I mean, he kind of looks like Pugsley, but I doubt that's what they're trying to dress him up as. Yeah, I would have done a little more with him. And speaking of trick-or-treaters, we're moving on to the Ghost and Skeleton Trick-or-Treaters by Seasonal Visions International. So these are just really, really cute, and they're kid-friendly. These are probably the only kid-friendly animatronics that are in the lineup this year, which it's always good to have a variety like that for like the people who do something more kid-friendly and want to have something a little more lighthearted. These really resemble the Home Depot Canada Pumpkin Kids from last season, which I think, were carrying trick-or-treat pails, if I remember correctly. Or trick-or-treat bags. They might not have been. I don't really remember. But I know SVI has done these interactive little kid props before. The skeleton kind of reminds me of little Skelly Bones, but like a little bit of a modernistic twist to it. So that's just kind of really cool to see. It looks like their little trick-or-treat pails slide up as well. I'm not sure if that's just how the picture is edited or if it really does. One thing I did notice immediately when I looked at the alternate picture, and I'll have them side by side so you can see that, is that the arms and the heads move. So it's like the old Pan-Asian 3-footers. That's their animation. So I can confirm that they do move like that. So that's interesting, and I do wonder what the audio is going to be like. Next up on our list is the Ice Scream Clown by Techie. This colossal ground steak stands at a whopping 7.5 feet. That is impressive. The face is super creepy, and this is just another one of my favorites of the season. But I love that face. I like how he's not actually smiling. He has this really kind of aggressive, open mouth with his tongue hanging out. But like the paint obviously distorts it to look like a smile, because he's a clown. One thing I did get confirmed from the description or the name is that he is static. He and the zombie clown are both static. They didn't have like animatronic or animated in their names, so I do know for sure that they are static, which sucks because for that one in particular, I would have added the Venom door knocker tongue movement on him, like he's licking that ice cream with the skull sticking out of it. That would have been really cool, and that's kind of a missed opportunity right there. But nonetheless, it's still a really well designed animatronic, and not just that, but the lighting on it, like on the ice cream and on the eyes, like the piercing green eyes. That looks pretty solid, so I am really excited to get him. I want to get him to go with my 2 scoops, which are 7 feet. So that means he's going to be taller than 2 scoops. Dear God, guys, that's big. Man, okay, Techie, you're on a roll this season. You guys are on a roll. Man, alright. Next up, this is an animatronic that was just recently found. This is the Creepshow Creep from the Creepshow comics and TV series and movies by, and I kid you all not, Seasonal Visions International. That's right, this is our first official licensed character under the SVI brand name. What I mean by that is we did have a Bump and Go Chucky that was under Seasonal Design. That wasn't under actual like Seasonal Visions. This one's actually under SVI. This is really well designed. I mean, it's pretty screen accurate. It looks phenomenal, and I'm just absolutely blown away by it. The face is really solid, and even like down to the comic book looks phenomenal. They did a really good job on this animatronic. I don't know who designed this, but bravo to you. Honestly, props to you. That is phenomenal. That is the best licensed I have seen in a long time. You deserve a lot of praise for that, because that is phenomenal. That is amazing. That is a must-have for me. Like, I am getting that for sure. I love Creepshow. I love the design of the creep, and that is just amazing. That is freaking phenomenal. Absolutely insane. Screw you for having such talent, because that looks really good. Honestly, SVI is on their A game with that. That was amazing. Next up is The Rising Woman by Techie. Now, this one might look a little familiar to you guys, and for those of you kind of wondering why, that's because Ben, or Hauntastic, actually has a Spirit Halloween prototype version of it. So this is a prototype remake. Though there are some key differences, like this one has blood on her dress, and actually her dress is a tan color and it's a different material. The hands are different. The prototypes have like I think a unique hand mold. This one has Lady of the Graves hands and even has brown hair instead of that black hair. So what she does is she slowly floats off of the chair and then leans forward and then she shakes and starts to scream, and her head bobs pretty violently. She actually moves pretty well, and it's a really cool prop. I got yawn again, man. I'm kind of tired today, guys. I'm really hoping it has the original audio, because the original audio was really cool and really creepy, and I think was quite effective for what it was. If it has new audio, I hope it's really well done, but I hope it has the old audio more so, because I like that. I don't know if I would get this animatronic, because I'm not sure if I would have a way to properly display her. If I did, I would have her hidden. I would have like the stool, because that's what I would really realistically put her on, hidden behind a tombstone. So it looks like she's floating out from behind the tombstone. It's something cool like that, you know. But I like her, and I think she's a really solid animatronic. Next up is the Circus Popcorn Clown by SVI. So this is a really neat one from SVI, because this is their first official pop-up prop. SVI is just going crazy this year, swear to God. Last year to serve us, now doing pop-ups and licenses. What's next? I don't know. This is another one of my favorites. I think it is just so neat. I really like that vintage design it has, especially with that vintage, old school kind of clown head in the background, behind the actual like clown's head itself. The clown's head is actually latex, which is interesting. You can tell from the pictures, and if you look in the close-up, you can see like that it's latex and it has a moving mouth. So that's a really interesting feature of it. Another really interesting feature about this is that it's an interactive prop. And what I mean by that is, think back to the like Madame Morbida, or even like the SVI fortune teller, how you had to press the button to activate the animatronic. You know, that's exactly what this is. So it's a more effective scare, because you're right there in front of it and you don't know what's coming. And that's really smart. I like that a lot. Though, I don't know if this is just a prototype or if this is how they're all designed, and I hope this is just a prototype. It looks like all the controls are... God, I can't stop yawning. Are like facing the outside where people press the button, meaning that they could tamper with them. And that scares me a little bit, because I don't want him to get tampered with. Though, when I get him, I'm going to have him up front of the haunt with me, with sitting Scare Clown, so I'll be able to monitor it pretty closely. But I am very happy to see that they did this. This was a concept I was really hoping they would do ever since I saw Cotton Candace. Except they actually did the clown, and they did it really well. So, again, bravo to Seasonal Visions. They're doing good this year. And the face is really creepy, too. Next up is the Zombie Raccoon Trash Can Animatronic. This is yet another techie prop, and this one's kind of my least favorite of the lineup, but I still think it's pretty neat. This is our first critter prop since, I believe, 2013, which is really interesting. And from the looks of it, it looks like a new jumper, like the spiders. So that's even cooler. One thing I'm noticing this year with Party City is that they have like a trend with zombie like animals, because they have two zombie animal tabletops, being a vulture and a snake. So that's interesting to see that. I don't know, I don't mind it, but it's just not something I really necessarily like care about. Cool thing though for all of you like, you know, fanatics out there, is it does include the trash can, so you don't have to put it in your own trash can or have to worry about hiding it somewhere. Though I think the trash can looks a little cheap, but that's just me. I'm sure they had to make it cheap so it was more I guess like efficient and easier to use. And probably just easier to like put in the box. Last but not least is the 12-foot Cackles the Clown by Seasonal Visions. Yes, this is the official name. His name is Cackles. Everything I've mentioned to you guys up until now, these all have been the official names. This is Cackles the Clown. So I wanna like mention this because this is really important. This is a limited item, meaning it is in select Halloween City stores only. It is not going to Party City, and it's not going to Party City Online. It is only going to select Halloween City stores. And I really wanted to express that before I continue. This is our first 12-foot clown, though. I mean, that's really solid. I'm pretty excited about that. He looks really good. He's got these gnarly claws and these really detailed face. The shoes, God, the shoes in this thing are gonna be massive. I'm already saying it now. God, they're gonna be bigger than the 8-foot clown. One thing I noticed is he has the EL wire lights on the eye makeup and the mouth makeup. If you don't know what the EL wire is. It's like the little like neon lights that like are usually on SBI masks. It's on his face, which is really interesting. And again, I like that costume. I like that color scheme. I think it's really interesting on that. And I like the asymmetrical polka dots on that. The eyes and nose seem to light up, and I'm curious to see if it has like the same programming as Wall-E, where they fade in and out. And if it do, that's definitely going to be a winner for me, because I really like how waving Wall-E lights up. I always thought that was really neat. One thing that I did get confirmed is that he is animated, meaning I do not believe he is outdoor rated, but he is an animated prop, and I do believe he might have audio. Actually, he does have audio. Again, I got this all from the official name and like the little name description thingy that he had. So this is animated. So I think this is our first animated 12-footer. Yes, it is. Yes. Yep. Okay. I'm crazy. But this is my most favorite out of all of them, and I am hyped for it. I am very excited to see him. I am really gonna fight tooth and nail to get him because I really want to get him. To go with Stitches. I want to have them towering behind my fence line to really scare the crap out of the kids. I'm getting into the more giant-sized animatronics this season, and I want to get him, especially because he looks really good. I like that long, toothy grin and the long, sharp claws. It kind of reminds me of Crouchy, but painted red. And I like the hair on him, too. The hair is really solid. I like the style of it. It kind of reminds me of Willy from Mr. Salty. Same style, but like cooler. I don't know. I like this one a lot though. But yeah, that is Party City's animatronic lineup. I definitely want to hear from you guys. What is your most favorite and your least favorite? My most favorite is a 12-foot clown, but other than him, it's gonna be the torture box woman. Least favorite's a raccoon. Doesn't appeal to me, you know? It's just not my thing. But, like, I can see how it would appeal to other people. Same thing with the cutesy little trick-or-treaters. Not my thing, but I can see the appeal to it. Like, you know. But, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And I definitely want to hear your opinions about this lineup down below. I will be covering the tabletops. I hope there's not, like, weird random hidden ones, or I'm going to, like, stop myself at the ankle. I'll be so upset. And, yeah, I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.